Agent workflow here, guys. Welcome to the channel. Today, guys, I'm going to show you guys my favorite way of running Klein or root Klein on VS Code to get the best AI setup. This combines speed, performance, reasoning while maintaining cost, guys. This is such a great way. So I'll show you guys why I like this method. Let's get going, guys. So yeah, why do I like this multi-AI strategy, guys? It combines the best of all the models and best of all the providers. You know, it gives us the speed when we use something like Groq to run executions with R1 distilled. It gives us cost when we use something like DeepSeek R1 or V3 to do some of the thinking and reasoning and execution. And it gives us performance when we want to go to Claude to clean up the final thing and make it look great, right? By combining this, we reduce latency, we reduce cost, and we increase performance while being ultimately efficient, right? If one of these APIs goes down, we'll be able to switch and still get work done, and we're not going to rely on it. So I think this method is actually one of the best methods that's out there, and I see the architecture kind of moving towards it. So we'll be one of the first ones to kind of show you guys how to do this. And the best thing, guys, this all runs in one IDE, right? So you can use it in root or client, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And you can switch all of it whenever you want, so you can use the right model for the right task. Yeah, so today's agenda is we just go over the LLM architecture that I like and also show the benefits, and then we'll quickly show you guys how to set this up. And then, you know, as usual, we're going to profitably try to brainstorm some ways we can use this for in real world, guys. That's what really matters, right? So yeah, so this is a new context selection model that's that's being proposed by the guys at Klein, and this is what everyone in the community is naturally coming down to, right? It's getting like almost like a LLM that will determine which model to use for which one. But for right now, I kind of do it the manual way, and it works really great because I'm able to save a lot of cost and get a better output than if I was used one of these models. Yeah, so we all know how much better DeepSeek R1, V3, and Gemini and Claude are compared to the price of O1, right, guys? But not all of these are at the same, right? So some of them work better than the others. So for me personally, I like using DeepSeek R1, whether it's with Groq or just by itself, to do some of the planning, because it's one of the best reasoning extraction models. So we are able to get the reasoning and planning out for dirt cheap. And then I like to execute with Gemini 2 Flash, guys, because it is a pretty good model for acting out, and it costs a lot less than Claude, right, guys? So once I do this, I'm able to prototype my project very fast and very low cost, right? And then when I'm ready at the end, I will give it to Claude to do the cleanup. So what Claude will do is it's just a much better AI coding agent, right? We all know this. But what it'll do is it'll clean up the UX, UI, make it look very modern. It will create sections that we know we might need that make our project look very professional. It will increase the logic in our app so it doesn't have any bugs or anything, and most importantly, it does a very good job of adding errors and will allow us better track our application. So with this way, guys, you're not calling Claude all the time, but you only call them at the end, and the performance is incredible, guys. What I've seen is a lot of people in these use Claude for everything, and they're getting 6 to 50 cents a call, guys, which is ridiculous. And that's a lot of money to pay for it, and I feel like they are overusing Claude for simple tasks. But by using this multi-strategy, we'll be able to do some of the simpler tasks with V3 or R1. And also, guys, what's great is we know V3 is down right now, but with my multi-strategy, you can drop V3 in multiple different API providers. So I use Groq right now because it's super fast, right? And when V3 is back, we can switch it back to that one. Let's see. So guys, this is actually the way that the architecture is kind of being planned out. So this is a simpler way where we only use two models, right? DeepSeek R1 or V3 for the planning part, and then we use Claude for the acting one. I've improved on this by adding a Groq speeding, also speed one as also a provider here, so we can switch back and forth whichever we have. Right now DeepSeek is down, so we're able to use Groq and get the speed improvements while not having to wait for this API to return, right, guys? And also in the act model, I've also added Gemini Flash because it's much cheaper than Claude, but it does a pretty good job of executing on the plan we come up with using the plan mode. And then when I'm ready, I use the act mode with Claude to finalize and make the app perfect for production, right, guys? So this is kind of what we are working with, and I believe soon, this whole thing, decision making, will be done by like a master LLM, and that's where we were headed, in a couple of weeks. And when that's kind of there, I'll be there to show you guys. But let me show you guys how. Also, guys, one last thing I want to show you guys here in the ADER leaderboard, LM leaderboard, is the benefits of using multi-strategy. So here we have R1 combined with Sonnet. It's performing the best, and look how much cheaper it is than O1, guys. Significantly cheaper to get the same results. And the way I'm showing you guys, it's going to be even cheaper because we're going to put another model in here, right, guys? The Flash Thinking 2.2 that was released on January. Like it's very underrated, guys. Most people aren't talking about it, but even in the LLM Arena by Limsys, guys. The guys from Berkeley. You can see the Flash thinking is #1 in terms of their ranking. You know, most people don't really use Gemini because they have a lot of bias towards Google and whatnot, but it's really one of the best performing, guys. So by combining the way I'm combining, we're gonna get the best of all worlds, guys. So yeah, let's quickly show you guys how we can run this. So just open up to run this in both client and in root code. And you know, we're back on our VS Code, guys. You know how to set up client and root client. You just go to extensions, make sure you download them, and make sure you have auto update installed for both of them, guys. Once you do that, so I'm going to show you guys how to do with a client right now. So make sure you guys have all your APIs set in, right? All your models that you want to use for your multi-strategy. So I have DeepSeek, Gemini, VS Code. Okay, and once you have done that, guys, make sure you open up client in your right-hand browser and have this project. So I already have this running, this file, and it's done in the Futurama Fitness style, right, guys? But let me see if I can change this style up, guys. So I'm in plan. I'm going to switch this to DeepSeek, guys. Okay, done. Okay, so now we're in DeepSeek mode. I'm going to reference the file, and I'm going to say rewrite this as Jack Sparrow from Pirates, and reformat the model as reformat the file to be easier to read. Okay, so we're gonna plan now with DeepSeek. Give it a second, guys. Let's see. The API has been down from Claude, but if there's an issue, we can just switch, and that's the point of this whole setup, guys. So we'll give it a sec. Okay, guys, so exactly. So if the API is not working, boom, we can just switch to Gemini, plan. Let's try resuming it with Gemini, guys. There. So it's just, it's now switched to Gemini plan, and it's able to plan it. And okay, when we're ready to act, what I can do, I can show you guys the cool part. Okay, let's act with Gemini to make the changes. So this would be a traditional coding, right? We tried to do DeepSeek, it was down, and we're able to switch to another model very fast. And now we're going to be executing the planned model using again, so I'm going to show you guys. See this down, no problem. We can just switch from here to Gemini. We go to execute, resume task. Let's see how this performs now. There, guys. As you can see, it's making the changes as Jack Sparrow would do, and it's done, guys. Okay, see, it had some issues here. Let's now say, okay, let's switch to Claude Sonnet, right? This is the beauty of the whole way, is we're not stuck with if the APIs are down. You know how the models be. Okay, let's go to act now. Let's switch now to VS Code. Okay, act, resume. Okay, so wherever it failed because of API issues from both DeepSeek and by... Okay, guys, let's see the changes. We've updated them. Okay, there you go, guys. See, we have our whole plan changed to be run by Jack Sparrow. But thanks for watching, guys. So this is how you do the multi-channel multi-LLM approach. Let me know what you guys think about the strategy, what you guys like about it, and how you guys want me to improve on it. Leave your feedback, and I would really appreciate it if you guys give me a sub and a thumbs up. Okay, guys, Agent Workflow out.